Hey crazies, in a recent video on the main channel, I explained the different types of glass, tempered versus annealed, and how they break and why they break the way that they do. And needless to say, me being the theoretical physicist, I had some issues. And of course my comment section was full of suggestions, so you know what? What the heck? Let's do them all. The first problem everyone pointed out was that my glass wasn't secure, so for all of the tests today, we're gonna have secure glass. I've got it clamped to my workbench, it isn't going anywhere. The next issue is I managed to break all my tempered glass with a regular hammer. But in order to do that, you have to smash the glass on an edge or a corner. In the case of a car, you're not necessarily going to have access to the edge or a corner of the glass. So maybe not the best safety tip. Now I did try using a hammer like this. It's got one of those sharp tips so that maybe it can break the glass a little more easily. Although you'll notice from clips in the last video, it didn't really work out so well. And I kind of dismissed the design, which got everyone in an uproar, so let's be a little more nuanced about this. Now that I've got some secure glass, let's see what happens with this hammer. As you can see, still, this is a terrible design, and I think I know why. First of all, the tip isn't nearly pointy enough. It seems to be flattening out as I use it, so I don't know what this is made of, but it's probably cheap. I think this is a knockoff hammer. Another issue is there really isn't any room for my hand. As you can see, my fingers line up with the tip of the hammer here as I grip it, and it doesn't really give the tip a lot of room to hit the glass. So let's give some of these other ones a try. The first suggestion was to use the headrest for my car, and the tips on the metal post should be able to break the glass, like they're designed to do that, although mine don't seem to be very pointy, but we'll give it a shot anyway. So my headrest was a bust, or maybe it wasn't a bust, I should say. But the point is, mine wasn't very pointy. It may be possible that some headrests are pointy enough to actually break your window, but I don't think that that's a universal design. It is not in all cars, clearly. Next up, we have a spring-loaded center punch. You press down on a surface and a spring pushes a pointy tip into whatever you're pushing down on. In this case, we're gonna try it on some glass and see what happens. Now this was highly effective. It was tough to get into the glass. This spring is pretty tight, but once you get it, highly effective at breaking the glass. You'll also notice that I've changed into a long sleeve shirt. Had a little accident while breaking that one. Got a little cut up from the glass. So if you decide to do this experiment yourself, I would hope that you wouldn't, but if you decide to do it yourself, make sure you're covered. Don't do it dumb like me. Now, a few commenters did mention a brand called Lifehammer that looks a little something like this. Again, it's got those pointy metal tips on it, although it's got them on both sides, and there is actually room for my fingers with this one, so this design might actually work. It also has a little more weight to the head, so that could also be beneficial. So let's give it a shot. Whoa, this thing was so easy. I mean, it went through the glass like butter. I am impressed. I didn't expect to be impressed by this, but this is a good glass hammer. This is the kind of thing you want to have in your car. It's also got a blade in here that'll actually cut your seatbelt, so if your seatbelt's stuck, you can get out still. This thing, wow, holy moly. Hashtag not a sponsor, but I will put an affiliate link down in the description to buy this on Amazon if you want to actually pick one of these up, but it's no pressure kind of situation. But this thing, wow. Now the very last suggestion from people was a broken piece of ceramic, which I don't exactly have a broken piece of ceramic laying around. Some people said to use broken spark plugs, but I don't have any of those laying around either. And I didn't really want to buy a spark plug just to break it. It seemed wasteful. But Lifehammer, the same brand that made the hammer we just tried, they actually have a ceramic design. In this case, it's spring-loaded, and the point there is made out of ceramic, so it should break tempered glass fairly easily. At least that's the design choice anyway. So this design didn't work out so well. I mean, it did put some dents in the glass, but it didn't break through that protective outer layer that tempered glass is so well known for. Honestly, I would just recommend the other Lifehammer instead. You hit the glass with it, breaks through it, no problem. This is the one you want to go with. And sure, the spring-loaded center punch also worked, but I mean, I got my arm scraped up real bad, and this was really hard to get through the glass. This thing, straight through the glass like butter. I mean, this was so easy that I would just recommend this for everyone. And the price points are comparable. I mean, like I said, I think this is only like $15 or $16 at the hardware store. This one is $18 on Amazon. I mean, it's just a matter of a couple dollars. Go with the easy one. And like I said, I'll put the affiliate link down below, so you know, in case you're interested, you can pick it up. But long story short, while this hammer didn't actually work, I ended up using that as an opportunity to dismiss all hammers with this sharp tip design, which was a little bit of a broad brush. So I'll admit I was wrong, but definitely get yourself one of those Lifehammers. Top notch. And of course, if you have any other suggestions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'm open to them, as you can see.